All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Bako Motorsports Power Hour, brought to you by the Bakersfield Californian, and this is one of my favorite times, is talking with Blake Bowser, the Auto Club Famoso Raceway. And sitting in for Mike Griffith today is the one and only race doctor, Mike Mosier from Bakersfield Speedway. Good to have you here, sir.
Good morning.
Now, when was your first experience out at Famoso? When did you get out there for the first time? And give me your drag racing background a little bit.
Started racing in drag racing in Santa Maria, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Ran a Mopar H-Stock automatic.
What car have you not run? You've done it all, right?
No, I've not done it all. But yeah, at Famosa, it was back in the days when they had an invasion of the motorcycle gang.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell's Angels.
Yeah.
Packed house. Shirley Muldowney was there. Pretty interesting event, actually. I really enjoyed it as my first approach into that particular race area, is that you're in the pits,
Yeah.
you're in the stands, and you're in the middle of the action. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool, very cool times. And we were just talking to Blake about their Street Tuners event, which the storyline of that one is that if you really love cars, and we'll show some pictures that Tom Mock sent over. This is something you're going to want to really be a part of.
Yeah, it's a car show in action.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not only a car; it's cars on display, but they're hauling butt down the quarter mile too. So
a couple business things to get to. By the way, we're going to announce the winner of the Grumpy Griff at noon. So there you go. I wanted to look at having these like the not the Wally, but the Butch.
Oh, like Butch,
So
Hendricks. Yeah,
I figured I had to put in there a little bit, and
Yeah.
somebody said, "Well, why is it the Grumpy Griff Award?"
Yeah.
You know, actually, the Condors want to hijack it. They want that for their Player of the Week award. I said, "Well, you know, the problem with this is Grumpy Griff. He kind of likes you guys. Doesn't like the mini dwarf drivers always. So you know, doesn't like the fan voting. Doesn't like any of that stuff. So that's why he's grumpy."
Yeah.
But coming up this weekend though is the Summit Series. And
Yes.
this should be an interesting event, too.
We've got a lot of cars coming. Our new purse format is catching on. Parking Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. We'll race Saturday, complete Saturday, race on Sunday, complete Sunday. So it's 2 races in one weekend. Along with West Coast Hot Rod, they'll be there, too, running their little gasser shootout they do. And they do some 8th mile heads-up categories.
And I recommend
open test and tune.
Go to FamosoRaceway.com to get more details on this. This is only partial of the information you need to know about the Summit Series. It's pretty extensive, and you get on there and read that, and I'm sure that we're going to have a pretty good car count this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm thinking 160, 75 cars, something like that. So nice little weekend for us.
Now, this is the last event for about, 3 weeks?
A few weeks, yeah. We're going to go
of
under our overhaul, our summer overhaul, if you will. You know, go out and get everything cleaned up and look at the bleachers and go out and we do all of our weed maintenance and all of that. It's just that everything's starting to grow now. All
how many
has,
acres do you have to maintain there?
We have 100 acres.
100 acres,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
that's
100
a
acres.
challenge in
So it's
itself.
enough. There's something new every day you pull up there. Like, where'd that come from? So that's our time of year. We're just going to dedicate ourselves to that, get ready, because we do have a couple of pretty good events in June.
Yeah.
ANRA and our Nitro show in June, our Mopar show along with that Nitro show, and then we'll go a little quiet again in July this year. First time in July we're not going to run at all. We've just been seeing less and less attendance in the summertime and a lot more in the spring and the fall, so we're going to capitalize on that this year.
That because it just gets it can be so hot up there.
It's just too hot.
And the thing that for you, I know, it's got to be punishing for not just the spectators, but for your personnel too, right?
It's tough on them.
Yeah.
We just don't want to have any issues with them, and safety-wise, it's just not worth it to go out there and lose money or break even and have all of our staff out there just all day long. Because we're there, all of us do this, all tracks, we're there days before getting ready.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not there when the gates open. We're there hours and days before getting the place ready. So
hey, with the and I know it's the March meet. What was your time off before you already began the planning for the March meet?
I'm
already in planning.
Just finishing everything with the March meet right now. So
Yeah.
we'll have June, July, August, and part of September, and then we'll get this national event schedule comes out Labor Day weekend, and we plan our date. And I think I know the date, so and we'll start taking entries October 1. So it's a few months off from right now.
Weekend of March.
First or second.
Yeah.
For sure the first or second. We just have to kind of see which way. Gainesville is always the second full weekend traditionally, and they try and plan it around spring break for back there in the Florida area, and we don't want to be on top of any national event, so all of our friends can come out and see us.
Yeah,
and
because
be in the March meet.
that's been the real, to me, another thing. You talk about showing up. You just never know who's going to show up there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Dr. Mosier, again, here's the two things in June, the 19th and the 21st, Saturday Night Nitro, the 27th. You know, I wanted to get your take on this for a second, because I was explaining to somebody the other day about how unique Bakersfield is when it comes to, you know, you have the concrete oval track, you got this historic dirt track, you have a historic drag strip. I mean, really, there's not very many communities can say that about their racing community, having all those options.
You know, I recall when I was living in Santa Maria, coming over as a teenager a couple years ago, and I noticed the same thing, is that even on the streets of Bakersfield, people are always lining up next to you and kind of revving it up, giving you a little challenge. I think Bakersfield by far has the most racing, all the way down to RC cars.
Yeah.
You know, little cars on dirt, little cars on asphalt, off-road little cars,
Right.
go-karts, motorcycles. I mean, if you're a racing fan, this is a race haven for you here in Bakersfield, because you can do it and see it all.
I think Harvick mentioned that the other day. I saw something on him, and he was talking about Bakersfield, and like, you want it, we got it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of the truth. You know,
Yeah.
you want to go this direction, you got to go this direction. And we have so many young drivers that you see it with I mean, I think Butch does a great job with Andra. There's all the junior divisions. You see it at the Speedway, and of course at Kern County Raceway Park, we see a lot of young drivers emerging as well. Let's take a quick look at some of these pictures, though, that we've got. And by the way, so June 19th, 21st, that's ANRA, and then we have Saturday Night Nitro on the 27th of June.
Yep.
So again, the big story was this Bugatti running down the track, and I mean, just what an awesome thing that must have been for you guys to see that.
Yeah. Again, like I said, it was exciting to see everyone who was there, their response. And I mean, they ran to it, like I said, in the staging lanes, and they ran to it when it was going to run the quarter mile, and they ran back over, was going to go again. So he got everybody's attention real quick.
I bet. And then this is Mr. Tyak, apparently.
it is.
Putting, I guess it was a carburetor in there.
That's street tuner at its best right there.
Okay. These are all first photos
Yeah.
courtesy of Tom Mocht, who does a great job, and with his machine gun camera and laser flash, and getting some of the variety of cars. This is, I think, actually, as pretty as the Bugatti is, this is a beautiful shot here.
We had a lot of Mustangs out there past weekend. There's a group comes up from down south, and they all come together and run, and
that tower looks nice.
That
tower looks nice.
You know, we didn't have a lot of cars. We had like 90 cars. So
is that right?
I know we had some weather all around us leading up to the event.
Yeah.
And we actually had weather, close by us on Friday. So I think it scared some away. But I'll tell you what, those that came, that car right there, that was a pretty car.
Yeah, go back to that. Go that. Is that an Impala? What is that?
Pretty car. Yeah, that was. Man, the paint was just so. You can see all the reflection. That was so cool to see that car there.
And that's the thing. If you like cars, I mean, it's just
and everything. I mean, Hondas and Chevys, and we had some bikes there.
And then there you go.
Yeah, so everything, nice mix. So those that came, they got a lot of. I know of guys that got 18, 19, 20 runs in a day.
Wow.
So for $40, you do the math on that. That's only
go back to the motorcycle picture for a quick second. I mean, those are the guys. These guys, to me, just have nerves of steel.
Yeah.
Because they're exposed.
They have something else of steel.
Yeah,
if you ask me, but
I couldn't say it.
We call it Sparky.
Yeah. Because you lose that thing, and
you're on your own.
You're on your own.
Yeah. You're. That's why you see they've got the leather boots and the steel tips, and they've got steel plates inside their leathers all over all the crucial areas,
right.
And obviously the helmets, everything, gloves, everything's all. The gloves have all the the what do you call the steel beads on them, so in case you are. Sliding, heaven forbid, you can kind of use those for wearing, rather than wear through your leathers and get to you.
But it's still an awesome show to see those guys go down the track.
Oh yeah, even with the 90 cars, I mean, they just kept coming back, and you saw them out there, Tyak out there tuning, went out and tuned up a little bit, and they use ice and go back there and ice down their cars and cool them off and get back up quickly. It's a fun show. Yeah.
Now you said you're going to be going to Salt Lake and Boise, or are you going to? What is your plan now?
Salt Lake is in 2 weeks. And that's another reason why we're taking a little time off coming up, is just to visit other tracks. And we're part of the same series they are, the Heritage Series. So first time for us going to Salt Lake. That'll be the first weekend in June. It's a Heritage, NHRA Heritage race. Everything will be there, Group 1, Group 2, and funny cars. So we're going to go visit them for a little while. And they came to our race, the March meet. They meaning the track operators from Salt Lake City.
All right.
And then Boise will be in August.
Are you going to go up to Sonoma's the next time they're in California? NHRA is, right? Will you go up there and see that?
July.
July, right?
I haven't been there in a couple years, so I don't know if I will. My dad usually goes. He's the tire monger. He goes up and gets all the used tires from
really?
Vegas and Sonoma. Runs around and sees all the guys that come visit us in Bakersfield and Cruiser and Caps.
Yeah,
they all
right.
save tires for him.
Nice.
We can use those for our tire machine,
Absolutely.
which you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All their old used chunk tires, we take them. They're good.
So that
for
goes
us.
in the back of the tractor, and then that's what puts rubber down on the
puts
track.
rubber down on the racetrack. Yeah. Once they become no good to them, they're
I
golden
learn
to
something
us.
on this show every day. I'm telling you, it's no joke. I mean, I've learned so much about this sport just by doing this show. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we take trips to other racetracks.
Yeah.
So we're not saying our way is the best way to do it, and we
Yeah.
go somewhere else, and we learn something new every time we go somewhere.
When you were talking about, you were watching the air dryers.
Yeah,
at,
I learned Saturday night. I tuned in for the Cup race, and it was during a rain delay, but I watched them dry the track and went online, looked up the new track dryer I saw. So pretty cool. Called the Titan, I think it was.
When you're owning and promoting, I mean, you have to have the mentality that you don't know everything. Is that
Absolutely?
Okay.
I know I don't.
Yeah.
I am just smart enough to know I don't know everything in the world, and I can bring in good people and make everything that much better. So absolutely.
Have you drag raced before?
I never have.
No racing experience then?
No racing at all. But I was born into it. I was at Lions Drag Strip when I was 2, 3, and 4 years old, and just
been there.
It's what I've always done. Been around the souvenir side and the concession side, and just sold programs when I was a kid at Bakersfield for Marvin Miller, and just it's what I wanted to do.
And just,
Lions drag strip racing at night, where when they blow a motor and you see that fire come out below the heads.
Yeah,
right there and along the sidelines.
It was
that
close,
is great.
wasn't it?
Yeah, you were real close.
Yeah, I was always up hanging out. I was either in my dad actually and helped another guy had a souvenir stand there, and so I'd watch him just do the old press on T-shirts.
Nice.
But I go out there and they had rollers back then. You probably know, you were there, I'm sure. They had rollers where they started the cars. They didn't have the starters you see now. They mount them on the motor. They actually had rollers that turn the car over with the rear tires and start the car up. So
nice.
I used to stood right there when I was a kid and just covered in rubber and debris and whatever else. So, yeah.
How many clothing have you ruined from just having rubber all over your clothing?
A lot. Yeah, a lot. And car seats and my sheets at home and everything else.
My name badge for the California is completely covered in with rubber. It's
Goodyear
awesome.
freckles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Goodyear freckles. Yeah, that's what we call those.
All right, we're going to take you out of here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back more with Steve Hughes from Kern County Raceway Park. We'll talk about their big weekend they just had, and we'll see you right after these messages.